This video looks at some general tips for working with components of landing pages for workspaces within UI Builder. In a previous video, we looked at generally how to work with landing pages, but did not get into components much. As a reminder of how to get to UI Builder, one way is if you're in a workspace to click on the profile icon, configure workspace. You're taken to this page where you might have to change the scope like that, and then click on Open in UI Builder. So here back in UI Builder, we're looking at a blank landing page that we created by clicking the New button up here and giving it a name. We have to add components to it, and we can do so by clicking on this component icon over here. And these are the options we have for adding components to the page. They might differ from what you see in your workspace. Let's look at a page that has components already on it so we can talk about what they do a little bit. The data visualization component is used for things like bar charts or single score components like this. This list simple component is used to display a list of records like this. Here is a heading component, and there's also a rich text and an image component and a stylized container, which can be used to group other components. Now let's go back to our blank page and let's add some components to it. First of all, we'll drag over a stylized container. Then we'll put a simple list within it. When we do that, notice that the stylized container is actually not visible, and it might be a good idea to give it some visibility by adding a background color or showing its border like that. When you're working in UI Builder, it's a good idea to frequently save by clicking this button right here. By the way, if we decided we wanted to publish this, that is, have it display in the workspace, you need to click the Activate button. Now, let's go back to another form on which we have more components to talk about a difficulty that can be worked around in moving components over. Because once your list of components gets long enough where you have to scroll, it becomes a little hard. If I wanted to add, say, a third list, I have active task 1, active task 2 here, and I want to add a third list below it. And I scroll down to the bottom because I want it to be at the bottom, and I try to drag the list simple over. I can't really do it because, not to that place, because the scroll bar automatically goes up for the center pane. This happens for me both in Edge and Chrome on Windows 10. I don't know if it's the case for other browsers or operating systems. But what I found that works for me is to drag the component over to a space to the top part where I want it to, and I'm going to have, not where I want it, but where I want to, well, where I will have to work from. And to work around that, I'm going to name this active task 3 just to be clear what it is. I'm going to save that, and now I want to get these back in order. Now the way to get these in order, one of the tricks here is I don't want to move active task 1 up above it and then 2, because as soon as I move 1 up, then this scroll bar, then things will scroll off screen and I won't be able to fit 2 in between 1 and 3. So I better come down to the bottom. You have to work from the bottom up, basically. Come down, grab the handle like this, moving the second table up here. Let go, let the screen build, give it time to do that. You might even save just as a precaution there. Come back down, grab the first table you want, active task 1, move it above active task 2, release it, click save. And now you've successfully place active task 3 in order down at the bottom of the page without messing up the rest of the order of components on the screen. Thank you for taking a look at this finite video.